In part of the laboratory, we're gonna switch it up to English because I forgot to speak in English the first half, but we're continuing the rest of the lab in English. So for this first example, we come here to the home screen, SQL Injections Part 1, and we see this. This is the information that's displayed to us, but if we change the value here on root, so we put root or 1 equals 1, and we hit enter, we can see all the data from the database. We can see here that for the second example, if we here on the root side, we add this text that says root or 1 equals 1, we can bypass a security and also obtain the information that we need, displayed in the following form. So moving on to the third example, we can see that we can easily bypass a security by using the SQL comments in the following way. So we add root and we add this type of comments between our query, and we can obtain the database information once again displayed in this form. Moving on to the example number 4, we can do several tests here. So we'll be playing with the value here that we have obtained. So if we get 2 plus 0, for example, sorry, that's not accurate. So if we put 2 and then we add a hashtag that has to be encoded, we obtain the same results. And if we do 2 plus 3 minus 1, for example, we should get the same results. Yes, we do. If we do 2 minus 0, we should get the same results. But now that we do 2 plus 1, for example, we don't get the same results. And if we put 3 minus 0, we get new and different results. So for the fifth example, we check that in the code that is provided for the example number 5, it just says that it is required that an integer is at the beginning of the URL. So for example here, ID equals 2, there's the integer location. But if we add or 1 equals 1, we can check the rest of the database information. So moving on to the example number 6, we can go back and check the developer's code, and we see that he added here that the ID has to end on a digit, but we can bypass this easily just by adding a digit at the end, but we can still obtain the rest of the information that we need. So for example here we get ID 2 or 1 equals 1. Since it ends with a digit, it'll bypass and will obtain the rest of the table information accurately. So now that we're gonna continue with our laboratory, we're gonna go towards the example number 8. If we see here on the sheet that the Pentester lab provides us, we see that we will now order it by name. Our result will be very similar to the one we have here, but we'll be ordering it by name. So we add here the name expression normally, and then we add this encoding and the name as we see here, right here, and we should obtain it in the same results. Yes, we do. Should give the same results exactly as it says. So right now we're going to head towards our example number 9. We see here that it's very similar to the previous one, but instead of using the backtick, we're gonna do another method. We're gonna do the if method. So we're gonna replace name here. We're gonna type in if one name and age, and well, we'll obtain the same results. But if we actually come back here and we change the number 1 to number 0, we will obtain there's different results. You see that root came down and user went up on the table. So yeah, that would conclude our SQL injection part of this laboratory.